Hello everyone and welcome back to From Zero to Cryptohero, the show where I show you how you can go from zero to $10,000 just by profiting off opportunities you can find everywhere around the blockchain. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about NFTs, but mostly about some more airdrops because the NFT space is kind of slow right now. So we want to focus on the opportunities that are going to be the most efficient possible. And we have 3 airdrops today. I'm going to be presenting one of them. And for the 2 others, I'm accompanied by Hugo, which is here. Hello, Hugo.
Hey bloggers, hey Benjy, it's Hugo. I'm super excited to be there. I'm going to present you the second part of the Layer 0 airdrop and also the Mantle testnet. This is the testnet of the blockchain of Bybit, the exchange. So super excited to present you both airdrops, and let's start with Layer 0. Well, let's focus on the second part of the Layer 0 airdrop. It will cost us approximately $50. That's not a financial advice, but I'm going to explain you how to interact with new dApps on Layer 0. So the first tool is Layer 0 Overview Dashboard from Dune.com. You can track on this website your Layer 0 progress. It's updated every hours, and the aim is to increase your transactions, destination chains, and also contrast quantity. So the first step will be to go on this website, minter.merkley.com, and connect your MetaMask. And now you will need to mint and bridge NFTs to all these chains. So you can use any source chains. I'm going to start with Avalanche. Click on mint. Confirm. And once your NFT is minted, you just need to bridge it into the network, into another blockchain. So I'm going to do it for Fuse, and then you will need to do it for all the destination chains. So let's bridge. Confirm. I'm not going to do it because I've already did it before, but for example, you can see that you cannot bridge from Avalanche to Arbitrum Nova, but if you go from Optimism, and if you switch your network, now you can see that you've interacted with 11 new destination chains with 1 new contract printed. The second step would be Angle Protocol. You will need to go on this website, connect your MetaMask, buy the stablecoin ZkSync on the BNB chain, and then bridge it from and to Gnosis chain. If you don't have a native token, I think it's Ethereum or maybe Gnosis, I don't know the token of the Gnosis chain, but if you don't have this token, you can skip the second part. That means don't bridge it from Gnosis chain into BNB chain. The most important is to bridge into destination chains. So connect your MetaMask, switch to BNB chain. So to buy ZkSync, you just need to go to contracts, click there, then you will go to bscscan.com, and now you have the contracts, click on token tracker. You have the contract there. You can click on it, copy it, or you can click on contracts and copy the contract address. So click on copy address. You go to PancakeSwap. That's finance. Be careful when you do it because you can go on the wrong website and get scanned. Okay, connect wallet. Okay, swap. MetaMask. Now you go to swap. Swap from BNB to, you paste the address, and now you import the token. Buy, for example, $3. Oh, I have only 0.02 BNB. Swap. Confirm swap. So now you can confirm your swap. Go back to Angle app. Now from BNB chain to Gnosis chain, because we already interacted with weather protocols on Starknet on the Layer 0 episode 1 and on Merkly, the minter of Merkly.com at the beginning of this video. So now you can bridge UAG Euro, approve tokens, max, next approve, your token. Now bridge your token and confirm the transaction. Once the transaction is completed, go back to the Twitter thread, and you can see that you have interacted with one new destination chain and one new contract contained. Well, we are going to use the Aptos bridge. You just need to go to this link, and you will need to have an Aptos wallet. I recommend you to use Martian wallet, just to download it with this link. Once you are on Aptos bridge, you can connect your MetaMask, you have a Martian wallet, and just bridge assets from MetaMask any chains like Avax, C-Chain or BNB chain. Let's bridge 5 USDT to Aptos. Approve the token, then confirm the transaction. Congratulations, once it's done, you have interacted with one new contract and also with a new chain. So now let's go to interact with BTCB bridge. In the first time, you will need BTCB on Avalanche C-Chain. So I recommend you to use Federjo, use this link. Then you will need to go to bitcoinbridge.network. So now, first of all, connect your wallet to Federjo. Go to Avax C-Chain and bridge a small amount of Avax. For BTC, this one, not the wrapped BTC. So swap. Confirm the transaction. Now, once the transaction is confirmed, go to bitcoinbridge.network. You have the link on the Twitter thread. And bridge BTCB from Avalanche C-Chain to Optimism, for example. Set max. Just need to get my BTCB arrive. But let's bridge the BTCB from Avax Optimism. Transfer. And then you can also bridge back your BTCB. So select max. And next approve. And now confirm the transfer. So for the next step, we are going to bridge from the BNB chain to Core.io, and it will bring us a new destination chain and also a new contract. So go to bridge.core.io.org, connect your MetaMask, and bridge USDC or USDT from the BNB chain to Core.io. So the next mission is a testnet bridge. Go to testnetbridge.com, connect your MetaMask, and now we are going to bridge a small amount of Ethereum into Goerli testnet. So for example, I don't know if it could work, Let's try. And it will create us a new interaction with layer 0. So a new contract will be counted in our dashboard. So confirm. Nice. What about the next step? Go to Ethan, Beconomy bridge. That's the bridge of Beconomy. And let's swap. Let's bridge. For example, USDT from Avalanche. Do I have any AVAX or USDT token on Avalanche? I don't think so. I need to connect wallet first. Well, from Hyphen bridge, we will need to bridge USDT from any chain. So I decided to choose BNB into Polygon. So select max, click on transfer, confirm, and now wait for the transaction. Be bridging in progress. Well done, you have interacted with one new contract. Now, let's go to Polyhedra ZK, go to zkbridge.com, connect your MetaMask, and now you will need to mint an NFT on the BNB chain and bridge to Polygon. And also go to the ZK Messenger section and send a message from BNB chain to Polygon. So ZK NFT, select BNB chain, click on NFC faucet. Oh, I had this one. So click on NFC. Well, now let's interact with ZK Bridge and the ZK Lite clients on layer 0. So go to zkbridge.com, connect your MetaMask, go to ZK NFT. Now click on NFT faucets, ZK Lite client. Now mint the NFT on the BNB chain. I can't mint it twice. Once it's done, select BNB chain. Click on your NFT that you already minted. Now select Polygon Network, click on transfer and claim your NFT on the Polygon Network. Once it's done, go to ZK Messenger. And now you can type a message or leave the first message as you want. Select BNB chain. Now select Polygon, send a message, and then confirm the transaction. Now we are going to see interactions with Radiant. So let's go to PancakeSwap.finance, click on this link. And now swap USDT for RDNT, Radiant token. So enable USDT and then swap USDT for Radiant. Once you have Radiant token, go to app.radiant.capital. You have the link just there. And then bridge Radiant token into Arbitrum 1. Once it's done, bridge back to BNB chain and then sell your Radiant token. So click bridge RDNT, confirm the transaction and bridge back. Now we are going to interact with Staked Finance, but first of all, we need USDT on the Avalanche C chain. For that, we are going to use Woofy. It's a cross-chain bridge, instead of using Stargate.finance. So click on the link, connect your BNB chain, and send USDT into AVAX chain. Confirm swap and then confirm the transaction. Now, once your USDT are on Avalanche C chain, click on this link, Trader Joe, and swap USDT for stake token. And once you have your stake token, go to app.staked.finance/bridge, connect your MetaMask and bridge your stake token into Arbitrum 1. once you have received your stake token on Arbitrum 1, bridge back and then sell your stake token for USDT. For the next step, we're going to use the bridge of Trader Joe. So go to the first link, swap your stake token or USDT for Joe token. Once it's done, go to the second link and then bridge your Joe token from Avalanche to BNB chain. Once it's done, you can bridge back and then sell your Joe token. Well, let's find out the bridge of Level Finance. So go to pancakeswap.finance, bridge USDT or BNB token for LVL token. Once it's done, go to bridge.level.finance and bridge your level token, at least 5 level token, from the BNB chain to Arbitrum. Then switch back, bridge back your level token to BNB chain and sell your level token. The next step is L2 Telegraph. So click on this link, switch your network for ZkSync era. Once you're here, you can type any message and send a message to any chains. It will cost you about 0.001 Ethereum. And once it's done, you can also mint an NFT in bonus and then bridge your NFT that you've minted thanks to the Bridge NFT section.
All right, thank you, Hugo, for that first airdrop, and we'll see you right after for the third one. Now, just before we get into the ZkSync airdrop, I want to touch a little word about the NFT projects that we are currently involved with. The first one is the Cool Pets that we bought a few months ago, and we've been able to farm the milk on a regular basis, and they just saw a major update, or there is a major update that's coming to them. So we have to assess if we want to keep them or not. And this is a personal work, but I'll go with my own narrative and what I'll be doing with this account. So the Cool Cats team has gone on a town hall live stream yesterday, and they've been talking about their vision, their mission, and how they'll be bringing their brand really to the global scale and trying to get out of Web3 and that little box that they've been stuck with. And talking about the little boxes, Clone, which is the founder, has mentioned that he didn't feel like there was much to evolve the Cool Pets into, and that creatively they needed a glow up so that they would be able to really expand on that NFT collection, at least on an artistic perspective. So they have announced that by burning 2 pets, you'll be able to mint 1 companion. And this is major news because it means that they'll be bringing down the focus and the supply of the Cool Pets and focusing on something that's new that you'll be able to get for free if you already have these 2 assets. We already do in the Cryptohero series. So the choice is either I keep the pets and I mint a companion, either I sell the pets right now because the floor price has gone up overnight and might continue to go up until mint. So the interesting thing here is that there's also a second update, which is that the milk generation will be discontinued. And milk, I'll remind you, is the currency that we have been farming every day by doing the quests with the Cool Pets. So right now we're sitting on, I think, roughly 60,000 milk or something like that, which is worth probably around $20. And although that's good, they have mentioned that the pets holders will be rewarded for their faith with either IRL goods or with NFTs. So here we have another choice to make. Do we sell these tokens right now and cash out the $20 that they're worth, or do we wait and see what's going to be happening? So with a good track record of doing these things right, I'm going to give a little bit of faith to the team, and I'm going to be using these pets to mint a companion and keeping the milk to see what I can do with it. Or at least wait until they announce a big utility so that I'll be able to sell it at a higher price than it is right now. But at least I'm expecting some movement and some volatility on this collection, so do keep a close eye on it. The second update is in the Bakery. And the Bakery has actually on their Discord launched a new trading bot. This trading bot right now is kind of decorative in a way that you're not really able to trade like cryptocurrencies and actual positions and make a lot of money from it, but you can trade your butter. And it shows, first of all, that the team is highly dedicated into going into this trading space, and secondly, that they're really competent and are actually innovating in some ways with their bots, or at least with their Discord server, to say the least. Now, how does this trading bot work? Well, you have either a long, either a short position that you can take on this collection, which is the Ether, which we're not really interested in. So right now, the Ether price is at 0.65. And you have to say, okay, I think this price will go up or this price will go down. And depending on what you think, you can bet on it. And that bet, if you're right, will give you some butter in compensation, or will take them away if you're wrong. And it works the same way when we're trading in real life. So that's what's interesting about this game, is that it's kind of a warm-up. You can have a test account and trade for free without losing actual real money. Even if you do win a lot, you'll be able to mint some more collections of different NFTs with that butter. So for example, I have a position. I took a short at 0.67 a few minutes ago. And right now, the price of the NFT is 0.65, which means that I'm at a profit of 63 butter. So if I want to close my position, I'll close my position right here, like this. Took a profit, or took a loss of 40 butter because of the fee. But I can open another short, and I'll put 1,000 butter. I'll submit, and then I'll confirm. And this means that I'm betting that this collection price will go down, that the floor will go down, and that it will, if it crashes to zero, basically, I'm really well off. So here's an interesting thing. It's not necessarily something that will blow your mind, but I think that it shows that the team is very promising on the side of the buttery game, and on the Cool Cats side as well. There's clearly a lot of investment from the teams, and I am very hopeful for what they've got to bring, but we do have to give them time. So here's for the first part of the NFT collections, Patricia. And now I'll go into the ZkSync airdrop. So now let's get into the ZkSync airdrop. The ZkSync airdrop is one we've interacted with a couple of times already, and we're really hopeful that it's going to be a big one. But to ensure to have the highest stake, we need to, first of all, get the most interactions with the most dApps, and also generate a lot of volume. Now, we're not going to be super powerful on the volume side, because Cryptohero series doesn't have the budget to move around tens of thousands of dollars. But we will definitely try to get that interaction level very high up, so that we would be eligible to a big part of that airdrop. And we're really hoping for something that's on a similar size than Arbitrum, which gave us, I think, roughly $800. So let's get into it. Hugo has made a wonderful thread explaining exactly everything that we can do on the different dApps that have been created more or less recently on the ZkSync Era chain. Now, if you don't have any ETH on that chain, you'll need to bridge some, either from Ethereum or any other chain you'll have money on, either using the Orbiter Finance bridge or ZkSync Era bridge directly. Now, the Orbiter Finance bridge, if you don't have the 15 transactions yet, have an airdrop also that is coming up and that we have farmed in one of our videos. So I recommend you to use it if you haven't used it yet, and if you want to maximize your airdrop opportunities. And if you just want to do it the cheapest way possible, the fees are better on Orbiter than on the Era bridge right now, but just check the fees and see which one is more advantageous for you. You might have one that's better than the other. What you want is to maximize or optimize your bridging around. So what we're going to be doing once we have the ETH is just following the thread and doing a bunch of swaps. Not really anything easier than swaps. You go on the tab, connect your wallet, and then swap, for example, 11 USDC. So we'll prove it here, confirm it here. It's a $1.50 fee, so it's a little bit annoying. And then we go on the other one, enter the app, select from USDC and swap it back to ETH. And we can sell 10 USDC, for example. And then we will be switching to the next one. Nice. Let's try that again. $2 fee. Fair enough. Perfect. Now we go back to Spacefy. A little swap from Ethereum to USDC. This is the pair that I use because I like those two tokens. On a personal level, it's not for any financial... I'm not giving any financial advice out in this series at all, but I use these two tokens because I believe that they are more or less safe. I already have 300 Velocore. How nice. So I'll be switching back some Velocore into Ethereum in that case. Wow, seems like a safe token. All right. Maybe the stickiness is going to get the better of me. I'm going to be swapping 0005 to $10. Just let's avoid breaking their app. Check gas refund. Cool. Now, Izumi Finance. Let's see. I'm guessing that's a swap as well. So I'm going to go back on my USDC and swap it back to Ethereum. And once that's approved, I'll be switching 10 USDC into Ethereum, and then I'll be getting, actually I'll be swapping the 10 to ETH. That's good. Did that do it? Some of these apps are a little bit tricky to use and you don't really know everything that's happening. If you have errors, feel free to just move on to the next one. It's not essential to do every single one of them. So do it as you please. If you want to do more, there are a lot of threads on Twitter that will show you exactly how you can do that. If you want to do fewer, just pick the ones that seem easier for you. Now let me get a domain name that I'll be using plenty. Probably not, but let's see. It gives us one more interaction and it's super nice. So if it may, it's struggling with the fee. Nice. And there we've interacted, I think, with 6 or 7 of them. And now we can go and this is another swap. Let's see if this time I can swap my Velocore out. Okay. Perfect. So that will get swapped in its own time. Maverick, last one, or almost the last one. So ETH2D, trusty USDC. Although I have seen before that this one has some stuff like ZkSync. So I know a few of you guys like that token. Feel free to to grab it if you think it's fun, but don't grab it because you believe it's a great investment. I do not know what ZkSync is worth. And one more swap. Let's use Maverick and swap back everything. It looks like it's on upgrading, so it might not work right now, but I'll do it another time. And there we have it. This gives us a pretty good understanding of what exactly we can do. Then feel free also to follow this thread. It's really, really good. I haven't done everything that's on it. You can place limit order trades. You can add liquidity, remove it. Depending on which app you're on, you'll have to do more or less activities, but most of the time it's swapping and adding liquidity, which is roughly generally quite easy. Adding liquidity is basically going here on pools. I always use the USDC ETH pools, and then you add in whatever you feel free or whatever you feel like adding. So we'll be doing it directly on Switch, on Mute, for example. Here, USDC ETH, USDC Mute ETH. Oh, I already have, no. So we need some Mute. So let's say now I would like to take some USDC and buy some Mute with it. I'm going to go and bring $3.5 worth. Okay, let's get 10 Mute. Nice. And then once that's done, we'll go on the liquidity pools and I will be putting Mute ETH. And we can add in whatever we feel like adding. So it will be, I think, roughly 10 Mutes, which we have now. And perfect. Now we've got some liquidity on mute.switch. So most of the time it's exactly the same thing, just with a slightly different interface, but you'll have the pool here for space swap, not sure where it is here, pool here for easy swap. Don't put more money than you can afford to lose. This will be stuck, and there are great chances that we will not be getting these funds back because I'm only staking very little amounts, and taking it out often just costs too much in fees. So if there's a major bull run and everything does X 10, 20, 30, maybe I'll be able to extract that out. But right now we're really farming that airdrop, and I can consider these funds like lost. But if you were to put $50 or $100 or stuff like that, you'll be able to bring them back out, and you would just pay more fees. So here we have it. This is a rough and really straightforward tutorial on the ZkSync airdrop. We've covered it 3 times now. We'll keep you posted to what happens to it, and I hope that I get to see you next time we cover it as well. So now let's get into the Mantle testnet airdrop. So this is a testnet, which means that we're not going to spend any real money. The only thing this is going to cost us is time. And it's actually going to be a very simple and quick one to do. We're going to be following Hugo's thread, which explains everything. And I personally use a Twitter account that is not my main Twitter handle. That way I can connect, retweet, post some things that aren't going to be pleasing to my followers, and it doesn't matter. So the first thing that we have in that thread that will be in the description down below is to connect to Chainlink, so that Chainlist, so that we can add the network to our MetaMask. So you click on the link, click add to MetaMask, you'll have the little request, and then boom, you have your Mantle testnet. This is the first step that is done. Secondly, we need to get to the faucet. The faucet is what's going to give us the testnet tokens, which are the tokens that we're going to need to use the testnet. These testnet tokens don't cost us anything. You put your address here, put the number of tokens you want to receive, and you mint them. You might have to do a tweet of verification just to verify that you indeed have a Twitter account that is unique. And if you do, then you'll get the airdrop right after having written the amount. You can ask for 1,000 as a maximum amount. Then we get the swap and liquidity. So what we want to do first is to get the testnet tokens that are not the ones that we just claimed. So for example, the BIT and the DAI USDC. So we're going to go here and claim whatever we want. This is the one that we just did, but we also, if it's possible, want to claim the other tokens. So I want to connect to my MetaMask, get to the Mantle testnet. And then here the faucet is, oh, maybe it's going to work. So if it works, then that's good. If it doesn't work, it's fine. We have a second option as well. We can get to the other airdrop. So there's the Fusion faucet and there's also the Galador faucet. And these two might give us some test tokens. So I do the tweet. I've already done it, so it's not going to work. And then what you do is that you verify that you've done the tweet. It's going to connect you to your account and you'll be able to drip funds. Drip funds means it will deposit the funds or the stable coins directly into your account. Successfully minted to my Cryptohero address. And now I'm going to go and do the same thing on this Fusion X also. So we're going to be sending a tweet. It's not a very pleasing tweet, as you can see. And then you're going to verify that you sent that tweet. And then you have your address, you're not a robot, and you click Get Tokens. And it's going to be transferred to your wallet. If you do all of the faucets in one go, then you can do the swaps and the rest in one go as well. As you can see here, I've received the FSX, DAI, USDT, USDC, and MNT. So that's great. I'll be able to go back onto my tutorial and follow through everything that's happened or that we have to do. So I'm going to go to the swap, liquidity, stable pool, swap, liquidity. This is the on-chain message, swap, and this is it. So it's a lot of windows open, but you'll see it's quite quickly done. I have 1,100. I'm going to take 100 and I'm going to switch them to some mont. Confirm the transaction and we are good to go. I'm going to even take another currency. I'm going to take some more of these and put them into mont again. I'm going to take 199. That's going to give me 0.01 mont. I don't know what that token is, but why not? Let's add it into MetaMask now that we have some tokens. So we're good to go on that side. Now I have to add some liquidity. So I only have 2 tokens, so at least it's an easy choice. I'm going to be approving the mont using all of the monts that I just swapped to myself. Oh, one transaction is still pending. Perfect. And now I'm going to be adding all of the liquidity that I can. I have to accept that transaction first. I'll confirm it. Let's see if that one gets solved faster than the other. It seems like most of these airdrop, you'll actually be doing them quicker if you do it in the morning. Right now, it's about 9 o'clock in the evening for me. So that means it's the afternoon in the US. And I guess this is the place where they do a lot of airdrop farming, even if Asia is probably quite popular as well. But are they waking up? So as soon as the mont has been approved, we're able to confirm adding the liquidity and we're able to deposit the extra liquidity that we want. You might have to refresh the page, but we're done for this first pool. We can also add here if we have these tokens. I don't have them right now, but we will be getting them from the other exchanges. So what we're going to do now is get into the Fusion X. Fusion X is also with these tokens that I have never heard of, but we have the MUSDC, the DAI. So it's interesting that they're not here, but we will be able to swap from one to another. So I'm going to take some DAI, for example, and I'm going to swap it into a token that I don't know because why not? It's free. Mant, why not? I'm going to take 2.5 DAI. I might have to accept the transaction, enable DAI. Here we go. Confirming this. As soon as you have approved the DAI, we'll be able to actually do a swap. So I'll have the swap button that will appear. You'll press on swap and then you'll be doing a swap from one stable coin to another. Nothing too fancy. If it doesn't work, just try again. And at one point it will. Now we want to add liquidity. So I'm going to go on 2 tokens that I have. Here, for example, I have a fair amount of MNT and I have 1 FSX. I do not know what these tokens are, but I'm going to be adding some liquidity directly on that pool. So let's say I want to add 0.5 FSX. It's going to tell me exactly how much MNT I need to cover for that amount in FSX, even if for some reason it's slightly higher here. I'll refresh the page. It's always good to refresh the page if it doesn't work on the first try. Enable the FSX. And once that transaction goes through, we can add. And once we have confirmed, transaction is submitted, we can close this and we've got our liquidity. So we're happy. We can go from the next, from this app to the next one in hopes to get the airdrop. So I'm going to be sending a message. Crypto Heroes, send a message, destination chain, girly testnet. Let's send that message. I do not know why I'm doing this, but I guess it's pretty unique. I haven't sent a message from one chain to another yet. Now that the transaction is submitted, I'm going to go on my Alador. I'm going to do a swap here. So I'm going to be swapping half of what I have, which is 10K VWNT. It doesn't work, so I'll refresh. Swapping my 10K WMNT for 8.17 GLDR. And then I'm going to go to their liquidity pool. If there is one, WGLDR. This looks perfect. Add liquidity. What happens if I add 5? What happens if I add 0.5? Let's add 500. That doesn't work. Then 50. I already have one. Okay, I'll just add 1. Approve it. Use the max amount. And once it's approved, I should be able to add the liquidity. I might need to refresh. Our trusty refresh button has been hard at work today. I've already approved you. I'll approve you again. Confirm adding liquidity. Transaction submitted. And we have done everything on that airdrop. If you have any doubts, don't hesitate to just rewatch. There are some things that I haven't done that I'll be finishing up as soon as the network lets me. If it's too busy, give it a little bit of time. Follow the threads, link per link. It doesn't take that long. We took roughly 6 minutes to do the whole thing. And we had a lot of wait time. So I hope that it was helpful and I hope that you're able to do it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Hugo, and thank you so much for watching this new episode about airdrops. I hope I'll see you next time with some nice NFT news. But without further ado, I'm going to wish you a very profitable weekend. Cheers.